Hi guys, just a quick tutorial on the basics of Fantasy Grounds for our new player. When we're all logged in, you'll get to this screen. You pick your character from the character settings here. In this case, I've already picked Morton. You would pop up here. To get your character sheet up, you just double click Morton, and he'll pop up here. On the tabs down the side, this is where we have all our different pages, and I've just reset it there, as you can see, to the main page just here. In the center here is our AC and initiative and the speed Morton can go. Down the left is all his abilities, so if you were to need to do an ability check, you just double click and it'll roll the ability check in the chat box. Likewise, for the starter rounds, we do the initiative, and this will determine where you are in the combat. Down the bottom we have hit points. You can see he's wounded and his max hit points, his death saves, and here the HD is for when we take a short rest. If you roll that, it will heal him for that number of dice. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Your saving throws down this side, so if you required a dexterity saving throw, you just roll your dexterity, and it'll show up in the chat window here. You wouldn't know if you've succeeded, but it'll tell me on my screen whether you've succeeded. So that's all that. The stars indicate whether you're proficient in a particular skill, and we'll discuss those now. On your skills here, so if I asked you to do a perception check, for instance, then you just find perception on your list. These little icons here give you a bit more information about things. So in this case, we could do a perception check, and there you go. He's very perceptive. So that's it. Yeah, that's how you'd do your skills. Any particular skills you have. All your abilities are linked here to the player's handbook. You can scroll up and down your character sheet by using the mouse button, or you can make it bigger or smaller by dragging it. Control works as well if you've got a trackpad, so you can just hold control down and use your trackpad to make it bigger or smaller. You can close some of these down by just opening whichever one you want, and it tells you a little bit more about what spellcasting does, with links to all the various spells. And there you go. When you load the model up from the player's handbook, it'll give you all the different spells you got. So yeah, if you're ever not sure of what an ability does, just either ask myself or go into your character sheet, and you can look at your abilities and just see what they do. Right, so onto your inventory. Basically, again, it's got all the stuff you've collected in your adventures. Sadly, Morton's got no gold, but to equip an item, like if you wanted to put on your armor, Morton's already got it equipped. You just click that. You can take it off, carry it, or equip it just with a click of a button. So your notes, you can fill in your background at your leisure. It's just text, it doesn't affect your character really. Same with the log. Any notes you want to make, you can pop in there. Alright, so when your character needs to do an action, you come to the action screen here. You've got your map. This will automatically pop up when you join, when I share it with you. And we're in the throes of combat at the moment. Alf is trying to squeeze his way through a narrow passageway, and Morton is going to take a shot at him to make sure he doesn't do that. At the top here you can see his arrows. He's already fired 2 in this confrontation, and he's going to shoot another one to stop Great Elf getting into his friends. So the easiest way to do this, rather than messing around with targeting or dragging dice and just throwing it, is take your dice from the weapon slot, put it onto Elf, and I'll roll it. And it'll give you the results here. So you've attacked Great Elf. You won't know if you've hit him, but I will. And I'll say, yep, that's good enough, and then you'd roll your damage in the same manner. And I would damage Elf. So let's say for some crazy reason you wanted to use a spell and heal him, same process applies. Down the bottom here you can see these combat and actions. If you change this to preparation, you can prepare your spells for the day. Now you can see here the Morton's got 3 spells prepared. He's got Cure Light Wounds, Detect Magic and Sanctuary. Up here is his spell slots, and he can cast 3 per day. So all his cantrips he can cast whenever he likes, and these are amounts he knows. So let's cast Cure Light Wounds. We're going to cure Elf because we want to. So you can leave it on this screen and just do it this way and heal him like that, and I would cast Cure Light Wounds on him. Or when we go into combat, you'll see there's got a Cure Light Wounds here, Detect Magic and Sanctuary. And you can change actions just to show what groups they come under. They're all spells, or a summary which will give you a summary of what the Cure Light Wound spell does. Same with any spell. So yeah, it's best to leave it just on actions, and then you get the nice little icon that you can drag over and cast a spell on him. Same with Detect Magic. I mean, it doesn't really have any effect, but if you wanted to like do a offensive spell, you'd just cast it at Ulf. Ulf would do a little saving throw. I'd tell you whether he succeeded or not. If he failed, you just roll the damage on him. Same with magic missiles, everything like that. They're all like that. Any resistances, you just drag onto your own character. So resistance offers you touch one willing creature before the spell ends, and the target can roll 1d4 and add it to the number of saving throws. So if you wanted to cast it on yourself, you just cast it either up here or on yourself there, and it gets added to your character. So now you'll always have that d4 to any resistances that he gets. So yeah, touch one willing creature before the spell ends, the target can roll an extra d4 and add the number rolled to the saving throw. So when you do a saving throw now, hopefully you should add you can add a +4 to it, 1d4 to that saving throw, just for you to know. Yeah, so that's how the spells work. If you want to target more than one creature, let's class, say we had a Bless spell, memorize Bless for today. So we go back to preparation, and instead of Cure Light Wounds we've got Bless. So in combat we're going to cast Bless, and we're going to bless our 3 buddies. So you target the 3 friends by holding down Control. So all these guys are targeted now. You can hold down Control, click on them, and it'll deselect them, or click on them again to select them. These lines here tell you how far away they are. So Chamath is only 5 foot away, Seraphina is 15 foot away, and Veradrin is 20 foot away. So to cast Bless on them, then you just click the Bless icon here, and as you can see it adds Bless to the creatures. So they've got Bless on them now, and when they roll their attacks, that automatically gets added. So yeah, that's how you do that. So you can deselect them all now, and any creature you want to target, to make either the target of the spell, you can hold Control over, and it'll give you the range to that creature. And the same with your friends, deselect them like that. To zoom in and out on the map, it's just the mouse wheel. Hold it down and you can move it wherever you like. It's light sensitive too, so if you decide to move your character, you can say where you want to move it by holding down the left mouse button, and Morton therefore wants to move 15 foot. Climbing is a little different. Hold down Alt and then move your mouse wheel up and down, and it tells me the Morton is trying to attempt to climb 20 foot in the air, or up a incline. Just hold your hand on Alt and move the mouse wheel over your character, and that gives you a height distance. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope this has been of help, and just quickly go through another attack to show you it's done. Crossbow on Alf. There you go. And then damage on Alf. There you go. Just find out the range, how far Alf is away. Just left click your character, left click Alf, but hold control down, and it'll tell you how far away that character is to see whether he's in range. That's pretty much it. If you want to cancel a movement, you just tell me and I'll cancel it, and then your character will move, or just click a new spot and you can move to wherever you like. Chain them together by just holding down the left mouse button and moving, and then on my screen I can move you in that direction. Like I say, if you want to cancel them, just let me know and I can cancel them all as well. So there you go. Hope that's been of help. See you in the next game.